What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now, really quick, if you haven't already seen the last video was the basics of what you need to know before you bowl your very first regional. So what's this video, you may ask? This is my first ever PBA Regional. I'm going to give you guys the walkthrough, how it went, what balls I used. Now, the pattern was the PBA Don Johnson. I'm going to put that right here. Now, this was at my home alley, so I was very comfortable, and I was ready to bowl. Anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoy this video. I did put a lot into it. It's been a while because I've been finishing up my second year at college. So let me know if you guys like this tournament style format of video in the comments, and let's get into it. I had a great look with urethane during practice, but then immediately as soon as we started, my line just went out the window, and with that, the urethane ball stopped hooking. I immediately jumped into a much stronger ball, also with a little bit of surface, not quite as much, in my Ion Max. The only problem with that is I do have a 3-inch pin on that, which means the ball's not going to flare as much. Normally works great for short patterns, however this pattern was playing a little longer than practice, and it also just would not come around the corner, very similar to the urethane ball. As you guys can see, I did get a strike with the Ion Max, which made me stick with it, but it still just does not want to come around the corner. At this point, I'm just grinding out game one. I'm going to go into my GB5 because the Ion Max was clearly not the play. My GB5 has a bit of a stronger pinup layout, which make it flare more and get around that corner. I didn't really play in this zone during any practice, so hopefully I can figure it out and move on to the next game. Well, I'm just going to say it. Game one was straight dog water. It was not good. I kept hooking at my spares, which was the mistake. My plan completely went out the window, and I took way too long to adjust. Definitely a lot I can learn from that game. But at this point, I'm just going to move on to game two. Hope that I got all of my game one PBA jitters out and grind this out and hopefully get back to positive. Going into game two with a new game plan compared to game one, we were able to find a good line with the GB5 at the end of game one. So I'm going to keep with that. Going to get my head out of my butt and make some spares and hopefully grind out this game and get back up to even. And really just as long as it's better than game one, be happy. 2 was a heck of a lot better than Game 1. Was able to shoot a 233 to put me to -6. I'm about pacing the field right now for A squad. Now, with the look I had with the GB5, I'm a lot more comfortable, so I'm going to stick with that, even though I got away with a lot of bad shots going to Brooklyn, and just hope that I can continue this good streak going and get a good Game 3. Now, Game 3 on 19 and 20, the lane was playing a little different. The GB5 just felt like it was grabbing a little too early, but looking back at it, it looks like I was just missing left and couldn't tell. So I'm going to end up trying the one reverb, which I had gotten just before this tournament, and it ended up being a little too shiny again, so I actually went back to the GB5 to finish out this game. Sadly, my cameraman forgot to take a picture of Game 3. However, I believe I shot around a 2-0, meaning I'm still about -6. Not quite exactly sure. Not a bad game. Not exactly a good game, though. So hopefully Game 4 I can keep it going. As you can see, I am still in the Game Breaker 5. Just ends up being the best ball right now. It's still nice and smooth, but coming back enough to strike. Just making a couple bad shots here and there, but at least I'm making my spares, so I can still grind this out for a good game. Game 4 was a bit of a struggle. The GB5 was getting down lane, but it was kind of running out of energy. Looking back at it, I should have switched into the theorem during this game probably, or a different ball, but I was just too hesitant and wanted to stick in what I was comfortable with. Not end up doing me too good, and I didn't finish with the greatest score. I believe this was about a 170 or 180 game. But now we're going to jump to the other side of the alley for game 5. Now, game 5 was really just not good. We're kind of just going to skip over that. I just struggled with ball reaction and stuff and never got anything going. It was a bad game. Now, game 6, I went back to my bags in the pro shop, and I'm like, what ball should I throw? Now, I was between going back to the 1 reverb, now that I felt the lanes were breaking down enough, or my original theorem. And while deciding, I picked up the theorem. Some random guy saw me pick it up and said, that's the ball right now. You're going to do great with that. Go throw it. Immediately, I'm like, I got to trust this guy because I don't know what to do. Took that theorem, and as you guys can see, it worked pretty well. Now, game 6 was a lot better than game 5. That theorem just ended up being exactly what I was looking for. I was splitting the 8-9 when I hit my mark, and I just felt a lot more confident. Now, going into game 7, I think I'm going to stick with the theorem and really just hope it still works and give myself a chance for game 8 to get back to positive and finish strong. Now, game 7, I went ahead and gave my cameraman the game off because he needed a break. I know how hard it can be sitting in a bowling alley, watching other people bowl, and not being able to bowl yourself. So let's actually give a big shout out to Nate for filming. He's not going to be able to see this video for a while because I believe he is actually at basic right now to go into the Navy. So let's all give it up for him, and let's get into game 8 and see if I can sneak away and get into the cut before B Squad bowls. At this point in the game, I really don't know if I even have a chance at making it because I'm barely in the cut in A squad and B squad is coming up. So I'm going to just finish out this game, make my spares, give myself some confidence, and show myself and everyone else that I'm here to compete and that I can compete at a professional level. So at the end of game 8, I sat at minus 42 with a average of 194.75. Now, for me, I honestly felt I did not do that bad. There was definitely some struggle points. There was definitely some stuff I could have done better, but I was able to learn a lot from this tournament, and I felt very good, and I feel like I can definitely do better in future regionals and that I can compete at this professional level. Now, let's send it to real life Logan to wrap up the video. Thanks, VoiceOver Logan, for cueing me in here. Now I'm just going to wrap this up quick. Once again, let me know if you liked this tournament style. Now, I ended up finishing 51st in my first ever PBA regional, but I do feel a lot more confident. I feel like I could go into another regional and do a lot better, especially lately. I've been doing a lot better with spares, with some spare practice. Now, make sure to go over to bullify.com, use code ROAD, get yourself a bowling jersey, some other apparel. Go over to goodbowler.com and use code ROAD, get yourself a 5% discount on any of your bowling supplies you might need. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, leave a comment, maybe put on that post notification bell. A lot more fun videos coming, so stay tuned for that, and we'll catch you all next time. Peace!